forever in our hearts, such an amazing personality. We have with us people who have been with him, who have admired him, who are still not able to believe that his soul has departed because they carry the memories so strong that they feel his presence all along. May we now invite Shri P.S. Raghavan, I.A.S. retired, to pay floral tributes and to share the feelings about the legend.
As I stand before you, I am in a state of disbelief and confusion. Is there such a meeting to condole the death of Narayanaswamy really being held, or am I in a nightmare? I can't believe that he is no more. None of us can. Actually, as I got down from the car and G. Subramaniam was before me, my first question to him was, G. Narayanaswamy Antara, that is the situation. Like air or water, he was an inseparable, an integral part of our life. His larger-than-life presence animated every meeting, every institution. He was the life and spirit of whatever institution he took up to nurture, to build. Of course, we have seen great eulogies paid to G. Narayanaswamy, and many speakers after me are going to mention the qualities that inspired all of us. But I want to place before you only three aspects which would serve as a role model to both the old and the young. Number one, his range of interests, variety of interests. Of course, we saw beyond auditing any number of times. The autobiography itself is named Beyond Auditing. But his vision, his interest was not confined to auditing. He was almost a versatile personality, and his range of interest is something that both the old and the young should cultivate in themselves, because that is what we miss. We miss the wood for the trees in looking at public issues, whereas he was able to bring together a holistic perspective in analyzing public affairs, public issues. And that was what made him a very effective institution builder and an effective leader in running those institutions. Number two, his total unadulterated emotional involvement in whatever task, in whatever institution he took up. Many people just skip like Nunipul Mayor Madhuri. They go from institution to institution. Whether it was YMIA, Rajaji Center, or Triplicane Cultural Academy, or Society of Auditors. Whatever responsibility he took on himself, he poured into it all his energies, his entire spirit, his entire commitment, his entire involvement, his emotions into the nurturing of that institution. He was unsparing with regard to himself and others. He never held back whatever he felt needed to be done in getting anything going. Number three, without which he could not have been a successful person in number 1 and 2, his great sense of humor. He looked at everything in a perspective. This too shall pass. We should not be too crippling, too harsh, too stifling. We will have to allow for the foibles, fallibilities, frailties of others. And therefore, whenever Narayanaswamy was in any audience, in any presence, there was laughter. Whenever he came to speak even on a serious subject, he imported into it something that would make all of us laugh. In other words, the perspective he provided was something that did not make for hostilities, animosities, antagonisms. Whatever he said was very frank and forthright. But immediately after saying whatever was frank and forthright, he tried to make the other person feel comfortable by bringing in that kind of a dose of humor, whereby the man left him with love and with respect. I think, apart from everything else that we are going to say about him this evening, he was a great role model, he was a great leader. Of course, they said he was a great statesman, which he certainly was, and more than all, he was a great human being. On behalf of all of you, I convey my very heartfelt condolences to the family and to the innumerable friends and admirers of G. Narayanaswamy who have come here to mourn his loss today. Thank you.